Hello, it's Mike Levin, Wednesday, February 23rd at around 9 a.m. and I'm just coming out of the subway. I think what's behind me will actually be visible this time because of the rain and overcast. So I'm hoping to beat the rain, and I'll shoot one more video trying to keep a continuity of the things I was talking about. The views on the one about creativity in business and trying to boil the ocean over a period of 20 years really seemed to be a popular one, with the view counts higher than average. And I thought I would say a few more words on that to expand upon how in my youth I learned I was artistic and creative. I like to draw things, and like so many others, I put down my drawing skills in favor of tapping away on keyboards and, dealing with data as I repositioned myself into the first the web and then the search engine optimization field, and out of print production and art, which is what I went to college for, and had the privilege of studying with one of the greatest logo designers of all time, John Langdon, one of the most interesting people I've met. He's the person who, the Dan Brown, protagonist in Angels and Demons, and all those books are based on. And he really represents the bridge between the mechanical, data-driven mind that likes objectivity and the lack of uncertainty and questioning, and the other side, the artistic, finding unlikely connections, dealing with shapes and forms and colors side of the brain. He's the epitome of that. And so when I switched out of graphic design, the field, I was the print production manager with Stylus, a multimedia company that really led the way in turning flat screen TVs into signs, digital signage. I became their webmaster and was earning a percentage of company gross revenues internationally based on sales. So I became an SEO, and I became very good at long tail marketing, and it really, I guess, fired off patterns in my brain that was much like art. It's a field of, I guess, data science, marketing, whatever you want to call SEO, that requires you activating the artistic, abstract, indirect dot connecting part of your brain that is more subjective than objective. So I loved SEO. I was in a field which is a lot like, in my mind, John Langdon's ambigram logos, which turn upside down and read the same way, which my personal logo is an example of. And I guess ever since Pinterest, that was the shot off the pork barrel, that visual communication was becoming important again. Something about the way Google and AdWords and even things like Twitter worked gave everyone the artificial impression that text-based content was all that was important in the modern information age, and that's what drove AdWords revenues up through the roof. People searched in text form, content could be found and assigned relevancy in text form, answers to questions are served back in text form, and that ruled the day for at least 15 years, from, Google coming on the scene around 96, 97, to around the time when Pinterest came out and started teaching people that, hey, little visual blips, memes, you know, Pinterest wasn't the first. I would actually credit things like 4chan and Reddit in bringing back memes, visual communications, holding whole conversations by sending silly pictures back and forth, sometimes with some captioning to put it in context. And the pendulum has been swinging back from text-oriented objectivity to image subjectivity, but more powerful and effective communication, better ability to tell stories. The infrastructure of the internet is growing and expanding, and more people are having access to broadband, and phones are becoming smartphones, etc., etc. So the ability to deliver, you know, messages in visual format, not always just video like this, but planned out graphics, planned out images. This is why infographics has made such a powerful resurgence. So the point that I'm dancing around is that I'm repositioning myself back from the objective data world back to the subjective visual world. Certainly now in this director New York agency position that I'm in, where communicating effectively visually, i.e. PowerPoint, that's a euphemism of course for PowerPoint, is so important. It's the centerpiece of my daily work. It's me turning written scripts into visual stories that get delivered on a regular basis. It's me contributing to sales pitch decks. It's me answering point of view questions oftentimes. If not, it's in Word using the same visual art skills as I would employ in PowerPoint. And so time and time again, I'm finding that competitive differentiation comes from being able to draw pictures or design pictures, compose them. Hence, this phone, the Samsung Note 3, and my locking on to the phone platforms that have styluses. I'm really actually starting to use it more and more on my phone. And the Microsoft Surface Pro 4, which comes with a stylus that is integrated very well into day-to-day operation. I can just drop pictures into PowerPoint as needed, and have done so to great effect already since getting it. And it adds a whole nother level of personality, uniqueness. It has all the check marks of what you have to do in the modern world to differentiate your content, your clients, and yourself. So anyway, that sets the stage for what surely is to come in my video and web content series. Increasing focus on my journey back into being able to draw and communicate visually. So I'm just about at work. Thanks for joining me. Hope to talk to you again soon, and don't forget to subscribe.